Welcome to Hanoi, Vietnam, and welcome to the circuit.
It just feels like a home game. 1, 2, 3. All of them are like sharks. We just cockroached. He didn't die.
Excited, I know all the players. Most of them are way better than me.
These guys, the old tricks will not work as much, so you kind of have to find the new tricks against them.
Good card. Good card.
If I don't make it to the top 6, king for a fan.
I'm excited to play something where it's just 12 of us.
It's pretty nice. The vibe's really good.
Go on, kid.
Poker for us is very serious. So we eat, sleep, repeat poker.
Flop पे कुछ और ही हो गया और river पे एकदम और कुछ हो गया.
Man, I wish to win would be like the cherry on top.
It's mine. Yeah.
I'm feeling super good. I'm gonna grind everyone down.
Over the next 5 days, you will see some of the best poker talents in India, 12 of them to be specific, right here, playing multiple formats of the game in a unique format that's going to test every bit of their skill. What they're fighting for is the honor and the privilege of being the inaugural circuit champion, a little bit of a trophy, as well as some money. Of course, no poker without a prize pool. We've got 15 lakhs for first place, 8 lakhs for second, and third will take home 5 lakhs. That's one of the biggest prize bubbles that Asia has ever seen. So who are these players, these mavericks, these legends? Well, they're some of the best, as I mentioned, but they're a mixed bag. Some of them are specialists in PLO, some of them are specialists in cash, some of them are MTT crushers, some of them are all-rounders, some of them have been part of the very fabric of this great game since day zero of the poker circuit itself. So here we are on day 1. All 12 players will be playing a short multi-table tournament. 2 tables of 6 will begin playing No Limit Texas Hold'em, the great game, a classic one to begin with. After we have 3 bust-outs, we will shuffle the players and then set our first final table of 9. I mentioned a unique format. This is it. You see, it's not just the top 6 who are going to be getting points. The bottom 6 will be getting negative points. Now, this is something new to all of them. They haven't solved this in their solvers. They haven't studied this in their books. They're going to have to figure out how to navigate this and what the implications are in terms of the longer game at hand and how it plays across the entire series. So that's that. You have all the information you need to know. The players are ready. We are ready. The atmosphere is tense. All that's left to do is say the magic words. Let's shuffle up and deal.
Welcome to the first round of the circuit. My name is Vidur Singhal and I will be calling the action from the booth. So here we go, 6 of India's best players on our feature table, and meanwhile 6 more battling it out on the outer table. They're all trying to open their points tally and avoid those dreaded negative points. Cards are in the air and time to see what strategies these players have brought in, and with that, let me welcome Adi Wadhwani to the booth.
Thank you, Vidar. Can't wait to see what these guys have in store for us. And look at this. We are going to start in a fun way with a fun hand from a fun player. Navkiran Singh, CEO himself, bringing in under the gun with 10-8 offsuit, setting the tone for this game.
Well, that is just so loose but completely in keeping with Navi's style. And Advait Rajguru, Jack-9 suited, he is simply one of India's best poker players, currently number 1 on the leaderboard for all-time online earnings for the year. Does not seem to be interested to come in with just a call. He's grabbing a lot more chips.
Yeah, that is a raise there from the Jack-9 suited, which I kind of like here. It's sort of testing Mr. Navkiran's range here. The pros are not going to let him get away with the murder that he's used to.
Yeah, it's almost like they're putting Navkiran to the test. You know, Navi is, so to speak, the spot on the table, not the consummate pro, very, very experienced in his own right, but a different gear than a lot of the pros have, and he does come along for the ride as we head to the flop. And it is a spicy one. 10, 9, 8, 2 diamonds, 2 pair for Navi, and the pair and the open-ender for the 3-better pre-flop. Neither player is hating this flop. In fact, both might be loving it.
Well, this was Navi's plan all along. Hit the hand that you never see coming. He's got to be careful though, because Advait has got a pair and an open-ender. That's what we call a little bit wet there.
So Advait is continuation betting, as one would after 3 betting. Despite the wet board, he goes for the standard continuation bet sizing, and Navkiran now with 2 pair, extremely wet board as you said, Addy. Yeah, in comes the check raise, 6,500 now being asked.
The trap has been sprung, and this was Navi's plan all along. Hit the hand that you don't see coming. Advait does make the call though, and he does have all of the connectors in his range considering how it's gone down. So Navi's got to be a little bit concerned, but not that concerned.
10-8 is certainly not what you expect the under-the-gun raiser to have, but this is Navi we're talking about. After the check raise on the flop, in comes another barrel on the turn. He's very comfortable. 4 of clubs, a brick turn as they say, very safe.
Well, not quite safe yet, because that doesn't look like Advait's fold face, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, Advait is kind of new to the live arena, being an online sicko, so good to see him maintain his poker face. And now, with the 5 of spades also being a brick, Navi gets the check mark. He has the best hand on the river. Oh, he's bombed it. Bets big for value. It's a very interesting spot. Advait, simply one of India's best. Navi could easily be bluffing here. Can Advait sniff this one out, or does he want to make the hero call with the 9s?
Well, I wouldn't blame him with the jack blocker and no diamonds, but look at that fantastic fold right there.
I mean, they're all excited, to be honest. All the players I've spoken to are excited to, again, grow the game and create content. They are the perfect ambassadors for the game. They've all been playing for the last 10 to 15 years. So I think they're all excited to really help us grow the game too, because it eventually benefits the entire ecosystem in India.
Benefits the ecosystem or benefits your chip stack, Mr. Navkiran Singh, all smiles there. Vinod, you can just hear him says Navi only knows how to fire. That is pretty much Navi's style. Spot on. But he does it very well, Vidar. You'll see it now. You've been calling action across the country, I know, watching some of these top GTO guys. But Navi, he knows how to mix it up. He knows how to exploit like the good old days. And now he's got a premium. You got to be careful. This is what he excels at. You'd never see it coming when he has the big hands.
Yeah, how convenient. Vinod Megalmani mentioning how Navi just has 1 gear, and Navi wakes up with a premium. It's exactly what you want when you have a loose image. And Advait comes along, this time not 3-betting ace-3 suited, often considered a 3-bet candidate with an ace blocker, but he wants to call in position, and disaster flop for Advait. Ace-5-6 has the weak kicker, and with the 6-high board, along with the ace, the 3 is likely to play by the river as well. Goes check for now, Navi.
Well, things improved a little bit for Advait here. He's not going to be entirely comfy with the ace, but he's going to like the little backdoor straight draw that he's picked up. Navi continues.
Yeah, sort of what's called a delayed C-bet, a delayed continuation bet. 1,500 into the pot. The board has gotten wet and dangerous, and Advait has the exact kind of holding that can continue easily. Has the open-ender along with the ace. Wants to keep his opponent's bluffs in. And the 2 of hearts. In comes the straight.
In comes the flush as well. Not that it should be too relevant. Navi now fires out 3,000. Pretty sizable bet. Advait only calls? That's strange in my books. I was expecting to see more chips go in there, Vidar. What's up with that?
Yeah, definitely surprised to see the just call. You just mentioned the flush came in. You know, ordinarily you would see people raise for value. You're open to folding in case somebody plays back at you. But clearly Advait taking the cautious route, and Navi being unpredictable as he is, he's getting a lot of respect for having holdings that others might not have, you know, especially with the check on the flop. I think Advait just decided, listen, I'm not getting paid more in case Navi's behind. Let me just be cautious in case he's ahead.
And if he watches that back, he'd be like, I'm going to exploit that all day long.
So a bit of a dynamic developing between these two, Navi and Advait.
And look who's involved again.
Navi in the mix with King 9 off, and Gaurav Sood is the one opening from the hijack. 6 max, certainly reasonable. Gaurav very, very, very comfortable post-flop. We mentioned Advait being top of the online leaderboard. This man, Gaurav Sood, dominated that leaderboard for years and years.
3 years straight, if I'm correct, top of the leaderboard. And look at this. On the flop, 10 high with 60% equity, the magic of Gaurav Sood.
Yeah, Navi mentioned at the start how he got involved just to want to play a hand with Gaurav. This is the magic of Gaurav. When you're the best, people want to play with you. He sort of has that Phil Ivey status in India. And this flop is just so connected to both players. Middle pair, decent kicker for Navi. He's the one betting in position. Gaurav has a gut shot and the flush draw. And now a pair of 10s as well. 86% equity now that he has the better pair. In control of this hand.
Bingo! Flush on the river. Gaurav Sood now with the check mark, hand locked down unless he gets bluffed off it. I don't think that's going to happen, Vidar. It's Gaurav Sood. He knows exactly where he's at. Now it's a question of how much, what gets me paid here, and what specifically gets me paid by Mr. CEO.
And Navi has one of the worst hands he could have here, considering he did connect on the flop, but pretty much everything got there. Most of the straight draws have better pairs. Gaurav has bet, and he's bet big. 5,300 is the ask. Navi just has a pair of 9s and a king kicker. This would be a proper hero call if he decides to make it. He has to think about what he's beating that would call the flop, as Gaurav did, and I'm struggling to come up with too many hands.
I mean, it's just only the ace X's with the ace of spades, I suppose, that might be doing this as a bluff.
Wow.
Wow.
Addy, he makes the call. That is the Gaurav Sood effect. Getting chips where he should be getting folds.
Well, you know, they often say don't bluff the fish, but when it's a capable player, it's so easy to level yourself into a call like that.
The reason why we study poker as well is that to have baseline strategies for every situation, and then we can deviate based upon whatever the other person is doing less or more of. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to be here with this bunch of people, really talented. Everyone is like, the skill level is pretty high in the circuit, and yeah, I'm pretty happy to be here.
And let's not forget 6 of those best of the best with the higher skill levels battling it out on the outer tables as well, as we head down to the final table of 9 amongst the 12. Pocket jacks for Navkiran. He is going to be involved.
6 max, I don't know.
Lies. He knows. He knows. He knows exactly.
And look at this. Pocket queens and an ace queen. What a setup situation.
Why is nobody raising? I don't understand.
Yeah, Ashish just called. I mean, he's really mixing his strategies there. And I think this is opponent dependent against Navi opening. But now Advait with the easy squeeze spot. Considering the loosest player has opened under the gun, this is the perfect time to squeeze, which is to say, raise it up big. Really try to trap Ashish, who is trapping himself with the pocket queens. Very tricky situation developing.
And Advait deep in the tank right now. What is the squeeze size is perhaps what's going on here.
Oh my goodness. He's just cutting out.
Why is no one raising?
Well, color me confused. I don't know how these guys think about poker. Abhishek Goindi, by the way, folding the suited wheel ace, and Vinod getting an amazing price, comes along with a 6-5 off. As we head to what should be an exciting flop. 3 monsters in the mix, and there's Vinod as well.
Oh, you called it. There is the jack for Navi. Set of jacks. Jiggities for once coming through.
He bets it. Very comfortable multi-way. Rainbow board, mind you. Jacks are essentially the nuts with the set of jacks. And the queens come along. Just decides to peel off one after under-repping his hand pre-flop. Can't blame him. And this gives Advait the price to draw to his gut shot Broadway. Vinod, meanwhile, has a pair, but so much action behind him.
Yeah, someone's got to be sensing alarm bells here. Vinod definitely sensing alarm bells. when you get an open from early position and a bet and then 2 callers both times. Warning, warning, danger, Will Robinson. Speaking of which...
Oh my word. The action card of all action cards. Look at this. Navi still with the set of jacks. The 10 is the diamond variety, so the backdoor flush draw comes in. Ashish with pocket queens has an open ender, and he does make the call. He has the queen of diamonds as well. He can get up to some ideas if another diamond rolls off. And Advait with just the absolute nuts and the ace of diamonds.
No need to raise here. No need. You've got this hand completely locked. You really want your opponents to now continue with what they think is value. I mean, do we really have any diamond draws in here? Especially since Advait is holding the ace of diamonds. He should be so comfortable. Now definitely the absolute nuts now that the 6 of clubs rolls off. Now he's in trouble, guys.
Yeah, Advait getting the perfect river, by the way. Half the deck could have killed the action. Any card above an 8, let's say, would have been dangerous for the set of jacks. Navi betting a huge chunk of Advait's stack at least. He just thinks jacks is good so often. This is why you sometimes flat call even with the nuts, to just keep your opponent betting big. Ashish now with just the queens. By the way, what he's thinking about is if he wants to represent having the nut straight.
I mean, there are not very many queens left in the deck, right? Only 2. He's could tell this story quite convincingly given the action. It's just the Advait factor might be playing what a good fold there.
Yeah, he would have tried to represent the hand Advait has, and Advait now, having been bet into for a majority of his stack, holding the nuts on the river, one of the best feelings in poker perhaps. If we could bottle this feeling, Addy, and sell it, we'd be billionaires.
I have a better plan. Screenshot this if you're watching so you can get a look at what their faces are like right now. This is Advait's Hollywood face. This is Advait, I definitely don't have it face. And then I'm sure he's going to do something very different with his hands in a few seconds.
Yeah, there's only one move here. He has about 6,000 behind after the 18,000 ask, and he has the nuts, so in comes the all-in, I suppose.
Oh, he's really hamming it up here, huh? I have a
Hollywoodding.
decision. Ooh, fancy with the triangle symbol with the hand there. If you haven't seen that before, that's representing what's usually known as the all-in triangle, which you see on the tables that is placed in front of a player when they put all their chips in the middle. Navi, after making such a big bet and having only 5k more to call, can't fold that too little, and it's an unfortunate situation for him. And for anyone who thinks that this might be rigged, there's the CEO getting coolered in the face.
I will say he made a snap call. I know you said it was only for about 5.5k more, Addy, but it is a very difficult decision, and the pot odds being offered when the sizing went 18 and then 23.5 is really tough. But is Advait ever bluffing there? I mean, we saw him flat call with the ace-3, right? Like, can he be raising a worst hand? Maybe pocket 10s, pocket 5s, but I would have loved to see Navi think about it.
Yeah, it's a real stretch there, and when someone jams, I mean, they can only have better there. And the way the action played out, I mean, it's really, really tough for someone to be... It would just be really too ambitious a bluff. So, like you said, unless he's backdoored 5s or 6s, those jacks are probably in trouble.
Really tough spot, Navi getting the worst of it. A bad beat, so to speak, in terms of that 10 on the turn, but Navi takes it about as well as one can as we move on to the next one. And Advait still in the mix, by the way. Jack 10 off this time from the hijack, and Abhishek Goendy involved for the first time.
Team Pro, you can see the badge. Team Pro Abhishek Goendy. One of my personal favies. We go back a long way. I'm not supposed to tell people I've taught him poker. He's told me not to tell people that either, because it does horrible for his reputation. But besides the point, he's a great player nonetheless. I had nothing to do with it.
Love his look, by the way. The shades, the posture, the composure, the slight stare down. Advait a bit new to the live felts. Absolute sicko online, of course. Maybe could be getting a bit intimidated. Well, not so much more. The perfect card, the 10 of hearts, comes in on the turn now. Advait with the best of it.
And as poised and in control as Mr. Goendy looks with his glasses and his green t-shirt and his badge, it's only going to get you so far. You're going to have to make a move with your chips. What's it going to be, sir? Gut shot's all you got. Ace high's all you got.
Yeah, so many newer players to the game would check back here. They have their gut shot equity to try and realize. They think ace high is the best hand, but Goendy wants to sort of make sure he takes this one down. Almost wants to charge worst hands for continuing to try and realize their own equity. There's hard draws possible, there's straight draws possible.
Some worse ace X's as well. And if you could see the cards, if that jack rolls off, he's going to be celebrating inside behind those glasses.
Oh yeah, the jack would give the 2 pair versus the nuts. As we see the queen, the best hand for Abhishek Goendy now. One of the cards he was looking for. The action has gone check call by Advait, which is to say Goendy was the one betting. Advait checks once again in flow.
Looks like he's giving up there. Quite happy just to see the showdown with the 10.
And Goendy, on the other hand, should be looking for value. Queen with the best kicker. Very likely to be the best hand the way the action has gone.
He is, of course, a coach, so he's studied the spots. He's taught these spots to his students, and he'll be looking for that thin value right about now, I imagine.
Yeah, he bets 2,500, looking for calls from exactly the kind of hand Advait has. Ooh, Addy. If Advait is asking for Abhishek Goendy's stack, it means he's not considering just a call here. Frankly, all options on the table. Some people hate it when that happens in poker. Could find the fold, it would be the correct one. Could find the call. After all, he does have a 10. He has the jack of hearts blocker as well.
There is, of course, option 3 as well, the old raise. But the fun thing is, poker study books and stuff, they're like those choose your own fate kind of stories. You never know where it's going to end up on what page and where it's going to go. I love it.
Yeah, he is definitely contemplating a raise, and it wouldn't just be a raise, it would be a check raise on the river. Here we go, asking for all of it from Abhishek Goendy.
Jokes apart, it's beautifully played by Advait there. Like, the check raise is such a power move, and Goendy will have to take this very seriously.
The key card here, to state the obvious perhaps, is that jack of hearts blocker. On the one hand, he has the jack. He could have sort of the jack 9 or ace jack straights, which is essentially what he's repping. But more so, it's that Abhishek is sort of capped in his range. The way the action went and that sizing on the river does not seem like Abhishek himself has a straight. Advait taking full advantage and gets the fold. Wow.
That's why he's number 1, ladies and gentlemen. That's why he's number 1 this year.
That was exquisite.
I sometimes prefer playing with people I don't know, because then they don't know about me and I don't know about them, and the old tricks work. With these guys, the old tricks may not work as much, so you kind of have to find the new tricks and new ways of countering them and winning against them.
So here we have it, Advait Rajguru, 29% of all chips in play, top of the pack, looking strong, taking the coach to school on the last hand, which is something that Goendy's not familiar with too often.
And the thing is, both players played the hand really well. I mean, Abhishek Goendy going for thin value, and Advait just finding the all-in button. Not much Abhishek Goendy can do with just second pair. And don't forget the pressure that Advait is able to put. The negative points still in the mix.
Yeah,
you know?
we haven't seen that fully play out yet, but I know it's a factor for these guys.
Looks like Vinod has had enough waiting around. 10-7 off, getting open on the button. And ace-king for Navi in the small blind. The 3-bet is surely coming with this monster holding. And a 3-bet from the blinds always looks extra strong. But when you do it against the button, it looks like you might be wanting to push your opponent around. Your button opening range is going to be much wider than most positions.
There's, of course, the added Navi-Vinod dynamic. These two players love to clash. But let's not rule out Ashish Ahuja. He's picked up pocket 9s in the big blind. He goes by the moniker Rocky because it's his favorite movie. I know there's an Eye of the Tiger joke in here somewhere, but I can't find it. But let's see if Ashish can find a way to win this hand.
And you have to think about how Ashish is perceiving the situation. Vinod is going to be loose on the button, as we know. Navi could be taking advantage, and Ashish just sticks it in there with the 9s. It's not standard play to jam 50 bigs with the 9s, but it's because it's Navi and it's because it's Vinod, and we have a huge flip and the risk of elimination for Ashish Ahuja.
Well, he is ahead. He'll be happy to see that, but he's got to dodge one of those two beautiful cards. The ace of the king, otherwise he's gonna be gone, and our first elimination.
Jack 3 deuce rainbow is safe, exactly what you want to see with nines. Just a few extra backdoors added, but this is beautiful so far for Ashish. And mind you, Navi would be down to just 2,700 in chips. 5 of diamonds, always a sweat, as they say, Addy. Now the wheel draw, the gut shot with a 4 possible as well.
What do you think the river is going to be? What do you think the river is going to be?
I have a feeling it's going to be a 4.
They know my gameplay. It's very standard.
How much do you have?
Like I have to like deviate a lot. Like to go, I have to go super exploitative, because I know they know theory completely. So I will have to like reverse think it and like put it in an exploitative way to like exploit them. So that I shouldn't disclose that.
Well, once again, for anyone who thinks it's rigged, the CEO once again losing a lot of chips, down to just 3 big blinds now. Let's get a sit rep of the feature table right now after the shuffle of players. Advait, Ashish, Thiam, new player on the table. Ruben, new player on the table. And Pavan Bansal as well. One of my favorites, always chatty, very successful. Just recently went heads up in Vegas with Joe Cada, main event champion.
Sadly came out on the wrong end of that heads up, but what a tournament to run deep and almost won a WSOP bracelet.
To his credit, he sucked out on him, by the way. He would have won that otherwise. Anyway, back to the circuit. We're in Hanoi, not Vegas right now. Let's stay focused on the action.
Advait has the hood on, by the way. Looking a little more Darth Vader-y, I like it.
It's a little overkill for Jack 6, if you ask me. Thiam, welcome to the table with a premium. Another player that, not the most GTO, but he's played for a long time and he's got a great instinct for this game. Like, he's really able to catch players in spots where they're not comfortable being, especially people who are more used to online. He really likes playing against people who play mostly online because he can see them thinking. He told me, he's like, I can see them thinking, I know they're calculating they're on a draw. I'm going to take advantage of it, you know? He's got that sort of attitude to the game, and I'm all for it.
I don't envy Thiam's spot at all, by the way, Addy. He's sandwiched between Advait and Gaurav Sood. It's like every poker player's nightmare, basically. That being said, he has ace-king in the small blind. He's raised it up, as one would, just over 3x. Gaurav comes along, and the beautiful king 3 deuce, 2 clubs flop. Thiam has the ace of clubs as well.
Yeah, not feeling any of that heat right now. Gaurav Sood or Advait doesn't really matter when you've got top. At the same time, I'll again tell you that he is more than happy to be playing against these two guys. He's the kind of guy who likes to test himself, to improve, and that's always a sign of a healthy poker player.
Well, he's flopped Gaurav near dead, 3% equity for the queen 9. Gaurav might continue, by the way. The continuation bet is small, as they are these days, and you have ace-king on the king 3 deuce board. And Gaurav comes along with the queen 9. He has the queen of clubs. More importantly, he has position. And perhaps even more importantly, he's Gaurav Sood. And of course, the club comes in for maximum action. Thiam now with an absolute lock on the hand. He has the king and the ace of clubs. Gaurav drawing dead. Very obvious spot for Thiam to continue firing. But he could start checking as a trap. And look at that. That's exactly what he does. He's not afraid of any card coming out. And he's correct. He's given Gaurav the rope. And I'll tell you one thing, Addy. Gaurav will always take the rope. Look at that.
I wish I could be in Gaurav Sood's mind right now just to hear what he's thinking about. Because at my point, if I'm him right now, those cards, not chips, are in the middle. They're folded. He's put chips in. He's figuring out a way out of this hand. And now Thiam actually is thinking about something here. Or is this just a little bit of Hollywood? Oh, the little hand scratch on the face is always a little bit of Hollywood. I've seen that one before.
Yeah, that is a bit of overacting, if I may. Now, a great spot for him to just call. You don't check there and then check raise it. It displays the strength of your hand too much. He's not afraid of any card. Check calls, perfectly played.
Yeah, as Gaurav Sood's played this, what if the board pairs?
There we go.
Oh, that's kind of a pair that I wasn't expecting to happen. Now what do you do?
Yeah, Thiam has a lock multiple ways on this hand. He has trip kings, best kicker. Excellent check by him once again. Giving Gaurav the rope. This is the only... I mean, Thiam has already maximized the amount of chips he's earned in this hand, if you think about it. Gaurav floating the flop. Obviously, if you float with queen high and catch equity on the turn, don't blame him for bluffing on the turn. Now it comes to the river. A king is a big part of Thiem's range. Gaurav does have the queen of clubs, could represent a queen high flush. Also, a queen goes well with the king pre-flop, so he is blocking some of those king queens as well. And he's bet into Thiem, and Thiem seems troubled for... Wow.
And that's why he's overbetted. Vidar, he has overbetted. There was 19k in the pot, he's put 22. That is as serious as it's going to be. And that is a genuine look of frustration on Thiem's face. He's like, well, how did this go wrong? I have the ace of clubs, I've got the king. What is going on right now?
He has a hand which can easily call. You would be rushing to get your chips into the middle, except it's an overbet. It's Gaurav Sood. The stakes are high. This is about the biggest platform Thiem has ever been on in terms of poker. He's afraid of getting a cooler situation, a bad beat here, but if he just clicks the call button, he's going to have a mountain of chips.
And there it is, one chip signifying the call, and he's going to get some good news when they go on the backs.
Thiem raking in a huge pot, catching Gaurav Sood bluffing.
I think he has to fold like all of the kind of bad bluff catches that he has. Say like even if he has like aces without a club, it's pretty difficult to call there because I have so many flushes when I call pre-flop and when I call the flop as well. Queen of clubs is pretty good for me because it prevents him to have some flushes and it prevents him to have some good bluff catchers like king queen with the queen of clubs or like queens with the queen of clubs. You know, bluff some rivers, at least have some sweat for the other guy that he could have a flush and then like, okay, I have ace king, I win. Yeah, that was fun hand.
Gaurav having fun even when he's losing. And we do have some news. The first bust out, Navi has been eliminated. Let's send Addy to have a word with him.
Well, you told me you didn't want to be the first one out, but here we are.
There are days when you can't do anything, right? When you pick up ace king and on the small blind, big blind picks up 9, so you can't do much. It was one of those days.
The hand that seemed to be really pivotal was the Jack's hand against Advait. Brutal spot there. Are you a little disappointed about, you would have done anything different on the river there maybe?
I should have folded. He has 0 bluffs in that hand. It's too little to call.
Does it change your sort of approach now when you have this minus 30 going into the next one, or are you just going to keep playing your regular game and see how it happens?
I think my regular game is also to finish on the top. Like I play a very high variance style. So I'm going to play that. I'm going to take my spots tomorrow so that I finish top 3 at least, so that I have a chance. Otherwise it's going to be hard.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right then.
See you.
Well played. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
And with that, we have lost our first contestant, minus 30, 12th place for Navkiran Singh. Unfortunate turn of events with the ace king, but somebody had to go out last after all. So that bubble, that tension of who's going to be first out has been alleviated. We're down to 11 as we cut back to our feature table. 10-9 suited for Pawan Bansal, under the gun. Good enough to get in the mix for sure. Comes in with the open from UTG.
Nice to see the little shuffle up here, some new faces on the feature table. Advait is in the mix again. Pocket 2s, sir? He's just so good. Any hand is playable, huh?
Well, we are plenty deep. 500, 1000 is the blind level. The usual set mining math to do is you're about 1 in 8 to hit a set. If your opponent has, let's say 20 times the amount you need to call, in this case 2000, Pawan has about 15x. Probably can't come along with deuces on the button.
I'm sorry, there's math in this game?
Unfortunately, that is a prerequisite to play at this level. Not when you and I play in our home game. No math needed. Here, I'm telling you, for sure, Advait did the math, looked at Pawan's stack. And Gaurav comes along, getting a good price on the 10-8 off.
Machines.
Pawan and Gaurav sharing some cards, and it does come Jack 8-6, connects with 2 of them. Advait, not really a factor, but middle pair for Gaurav and the open ender for the under the gun opener, Pawan. Quick check, mind you, thanks to the action being 3-handed, 2 clubs on the board. Pawan wants to make sure he doesn't get blown off the hand if he bets and gets raised.
Hello. The deuces are betting. There is math in this game, right?
Why not? You take a stab, you have position. Sometimes math be damned. Maybe you can just pick this one up. You know, if your opponents have ace queen, ace king, just find the fold button.
Yeah, this is the old, let's see where we're at. Let's take a little stab at it. I would never actually say that that's what Advait's would never take the line of, let's see where I'm at. That's just a little bit below his level. That is my level. But that's what I would have done.
By the way, Gaurav came along with the middle pair. Can't blame him. He had the 10 of clubs as well. And Pawan just bumps it up.
Oh, lies, lies.
Bad and you still bet. Board boys take very. I check, you think I have nothing.
The banter has begun.
Bad board boy.
Wow, just coming out strong, Pawan, with the speech play, as they say. Calling Advait bot boy. Maybe you can shed some light on that.
Funny that he calls him bot boy, because he's supposed to be, Pavan's supposed to be the human calculator, so it's quite a thing. He's already started some deep mind games here. The actual bot boy calling someone else a bot boy. Battle of the bot boys. Is that too many B's?
Well, Pawan has certainly earned his reputation as the human calculator, as you said. One of the most studied players in the entire country. You'll often see pros just scurrying up to him after they bust out of a tournament and being like, was this correct? Did I make the right decision? What would you do in this spot?
I do the other thing to him. I like to make his calculator glitch, showing him like random stuff like I've done, like hero call with Jack High, and then his computer is just trying to figure that out like for the next hour straight.
His computer is spelling fish when you do that, Addy. You just don't realize it.
I know. I'm just setting up a long game. Eventually I'll run into him on a table with her. And then I will win. And then, unfortunately, I will also wake up.
Somehow, Addy, I feel like even in your dreams, Pawan is still beating you. Well, Pawan is in the mix with the proper holding this time, not just the 10 high like last hand. Ace-Jack offsuit. Team seems interested with the pocket threes, but lets it go. Disciplined fold, by the way. We were talking about set mining with Advait when he had the deuces, but he was in position. Team would be in the small blind, much harder to realize some value when you do hit. So he makes a great fold. And great also because Gaurav has the pocket queens in the big blind.
Just about 10 big blinds, just a shade over 10 big blinds in fact. Quite a jammable stack size here. And look at that Gaurav Sooth face. You wouldn't get anything off him. He's got a fantastic live composure, in fact, for an online player. He's really methodical about his movements. He's really thought about everything that he's doing in terms of what he's projecting, what he's thinking about, and how he's conveying it. And look at that. Only Gaurav Sooth. See, a fish like me would have said 10 big blinds, queens, I'm just sticking it in there. Man has actually found a 3-bet with that stack size, and I think that's just wonderfully done, because now you're going to get the calculator to wonder, should I just get out of here? That looks so strong.
Yeah, I mean, with ace-jack off, all options on the table, but it's just so strong. Don't forget we're 6-handed, so the value of your premiums goes up as well. It's harder for anybody else to pick up something better. And mind you, this is Gaurav Sooth we're talking about, Addy, so he's going to be balanced in this spot, which is to say he has queens right now. He will be 3-betting small, despite having a small stack, with his bluffs. In this case, I'm suspecting they're going to be the suited ace wheel, ace 5, ace 4 suited type of hands. And so Pawan knows he's in a tricky spot. He does have an ace, which is actually blocking some of those bluffs I just mentioned. Like I said, all options on the table. And he's jammed it. His hand is too strong to let go and works out exactly how Gaurav wanted it to. Queens versus ace-jack. A great spot for Gaurav to get the double up.
Seems so simple at first. Like you said, 10, like I said, 10 big blinds, premium, sort of get it in. That's the noob way of playing it. And this way, the way Gaurav Sooth played it, he got Pawan to actually guarantee that jam, because like you said, he knows for a fact that Sooth is capable of having pretty rough stuff there as well, being balanced, as you said.
Exactly.
Pretty strong flop there for Gaurav's queens, locked up there, removing one of those aces from Pawan's outs as well.
Pawan calling for those chop outs. 6 of clubs, 7 of clubs, I believe he said.
It's ambitious. I don't think the calculator's odds are good on that.
The 4 of spades changes nothing, so it's going to come down to 2 red aces. Otherwise, Gaurav gets the full double, and there we go. 7 of diamonds seals the deal. This is dangerous. 43,000 chips for Gaurav. Pavan crippled down to basically inverting stacks with Gaurav, just about 10 big blinds or so.
Can we get a smile, sir? You just got doubled up, no? There it is. There it is.
And some news from the outer tables. Yet another elimination. We have lost Abhishek Goendy. Addy will go out and have a word with him.
Alright, we just lost the boss. Now we've lost the team pro. This is very self-sacrificial company, man. Was this pre-planned?
Yeah, it's players first kind of company.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It was a pre-flop hand where I had about 22 big blinds, so I opened under the gun, and he 3-bet, and I jammed. He called, he had ace queen offsuit, I had ace king of clubs, 3 diamonds on the flop, he had the ace of diamonds, and boom, the 4th diamond set me back with minus 25 points.
And now anything changes in your mind in terms of what you plan to do with these minus points? Are you gonna feel more aggressive? Or are you not gonna just gonna see how you position next time?
I'm just gonna go home and do my research now and figure out what I need to do though. It depends on how the rest of the points go out though, but I think I just have to play for the win now every day.
So minus 25 for Abhishek Goendy leaves us in 11th place. As he was just mentioning, it will change his strategy coming into the tables tomorrow. Once again, on our feature table, we're 5-handed. And Ashish Ahuja has almost 69,000 chips. Very healthy stack, over 45 bigs. King 5 suited under the gun. Lets it go. Advait with the pretty looking King Queen suited. 40% of a royal flush, as they call it.
100% delusional, if you ask me. Or as Gen Z would say, Delulu is the only Salulu. Look at us. We're trendy.
You lost me there, I'm too old. But be that as it may, he is going to be opening this and he's eyeing the tournament clock. Wants to know what the blind is at. Figure out the open size. 2x, pretty common these days. Can go a hair over if he so desires. He has opened it. Thiam taking a look. Nothing he can get busy with. Onto the blinds.
2.5 But I am lucky machi.
Oh, Pavan jamming it in. He has ace jack off.
Lucky machi, जिसने बहुत अच्छा हैंड उठा लिया है. यहाँ पे तो नट फिनिशिंग है.
Snap call by Advait.
अरे यार, nuts नहीं है. Nuts नहीं है. Easy. Not happy. Not happy.
He is ahead, but not as ahead as he would have liked.
Yeah, plenty of dominated aces. Could also have called it off. King, Queen, a fair fight. 10-6-3. Safe board for the ace jack off. Needs to dodge the back doors and the king and a queen. Jack to make it spicy, maybe? Never mind. 6 of clubs. Safe turn as well.
Favorite dealer. Queen of diamonds.
Needs a safe river.
No queen of diamonds.
Asking for no queen. And the 9 of diamonds. So the board obliges. Pavan Bansal now getting the full double up. And he is going to be a force on this table once again.
It was fun. It was getting to play with this set of people, all of whom I'm really fond of. It's such a new experience. It's it was more fun than work, I felt.
I did notice Pavan's Pokerbazi ID there. You kiss my ace.
Classy.
King Queen once again. Offsuit this time for Thiam. Has been relatively quiet. Very easy to open this late position in the cutoff. Very strong holding, especially short-handed as we are. Quick look once again at the clock and another standard open.
Has been fairly quiet since that massive hand against Gaurav Sood earlier. Now he's going to take on the calculator himself.
Pavan has a pair in the small blind. Once again, one of those all options on the table kind of hand, but Pavan knows every spot perfectly. He would have done so much work precisely in this situation. Cut off versus small blind, and you have a small pair. He decides to go with the committing 3-bet. And this is a tough spot for Thiam. He has a great hand, but he just saw Pavan show up with ace jack off in a similar spot. Wow, Pavan with the speech play.
No, I jam here, then you fold all, you know.
Just in case he has ace queen, someone busts
minus 15, minus 10. I see him.
minus 15, minus 10, minus. Smart boy. See, why bot boy?
There you
Why
go.
bot boy?
The conversation about the minus points and how that affects ICM is already begun.
Not happy.
Oh wow, Thiem goes with it. He has a lot of chips and can afford what is a flip, but surprised to see him commit. And now Pavan.
He's looking to the outer tables right now. He's like, don't tell. You see him shushing the table not to let them know that a bust out might happen. So there you go. Mission accomplished. That's Pavan just confirming that someone on the outer table has busted. Now he's all in, is at less risk in terms of the points he could potentially get or get against him.
Yeah, he makes the call.
Makes the call.
He was always calling, of course. Did the obligatory waiting for someone to bust, and it worked out. We'll cut to that in a moment as we see a high-stakes flip here. Pocket fours versus the king-queen off.
Straight up. Big flip, big flip. Who is better? Big flip.
But with king queen suited.
Again, these are big stacks. Over 20 bigs for Pavan. He would almost flip stacks with Thiem if he can hold. 9-7-5 is clean.
This is very good for me, I think. What do you think?
Well, how about the 4 to just end the proceedings? The check mark for Pavan, and he gets the double 78,000 going to his stack. He's having fun. And of course, he did wait for the bust out. We have lost Ruben Labru. Let's have Addy talk to him.
All right, Ruben, FD bubble. Not the way we want to start, but what are you going to do? I missed your last bust out hand actually, because on the feature table I saw Pavan being quite a savage, waiting to call up with 4s, hoping that something would happen on your table. It did. What was that?
Jasmine opens, Laksh calls, and I have 8s in the big blind with 23 bigs, and I just decided to jam 6-way, like 600 seems good, and he was a chip leader. Laksh should not be very strong, and he wakes up with the ace king, and he gets there, so...
Experience was fun, if I have to be honest, but of course, the points were not like, it's negative. I'm at bottom, I think I'm 10 out of 12. So probably hurting me a little bit, but we have 2 more days left to play, so I think I'll cover some points up.
With those 3 eliminations, the final table for Event 1 is set. Let's take a look at the standings. Navi, Goindi and Ruben end up with negative points, the remaining players hoping to avoid the same fate. At the same time, gunning for chip leader Jaswin Sehgal. The stakes are set here in Hanoi, and the action concludes next time on the circuit.
This game may be habit-forming or financially risky. Play responsibly.